Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot, and we're back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Friday, March 26th. Yesterday, recap, 4-2. We love that, back in the winning ways. I want to shout out everyone in our Discord community. If you haven't joined that, we're almost at 500 members, but click that first link in the description. But shout out to everyone in there that was wishing me a happy birthday. Yes, it is my birthday today, so click that like and subscribe button. Let's see if we can get up to 1,700, maybe even 1,800 subscribers. You guys have been killing it lately. Really appreciate all the support, and I got a good slate going today. Hope you guys enjoy. Just as two more quick notes, we do not have a live stream today or Saturday. I'll be back Sunday with the daily live streams, normally at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I'll let you guys know in the videos. And then last but not least, rest in peace to my man, Nikola Vucevic. Although, probably not rest in peace. He's on his way to better, greener pastures with the Chicago Bulls. So shout out to him. Hopefully he kills it over there. One of the biggest trades in the NBA yesterday. Moving on, let's get into these picks for today. Click that like and subscribe button. Let's do this. First off, Jaylen Brown. I do want to make a quick note. Long shot parlay of the day and parlay of the day will be back at the end of the video. So let's get into these. Jaylen Brown, over 32.5 points, rebounds, assists. Jaylen Brown has taken a big step up this year, but even he's been great and even especially better in the past couple games, cashing this points, rebounds, and assists line. You know, it's 32.5. He's hit this in six straight games, as well as in both of his games against Milwaukee, including 36 points, rebounds, assists on Wednesday. This is his game log recently. He's at 36, 41, 41, 33, 35, 40. He's been able to exploit this Bucks defense in the past, and I think he can do this as well. I like his points over, but I was just going to go on the more conservative side, take his points, rebounds, and assists. He's been getting more rebounds and more assists than he normally does. We're taking both of them. Let's ride. Moving on to the next one, an old-time favorite for the channel, Eric Bledsoe. Over, absolutely not, under 9.5 points. About dang time they lowered his points total from 10.5. It was 11.5, went down to 10.5, now at 9.5. I'm riding this into the ground until Eric Bledsoe can prove me elsewise. He's broken double digits just once since the All-Star break. That's been 7 games where he scored, I believe, 11 points, if I'm not mistaken, and he shot 2 for 3 from 3, which is unheard of. The man can't buy a bucket, and he's given the Pelicans even more and more reason to play the young guys, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, anyone out there. He's given them Kira Lewis. I don't know if Lonzo Ball will be back, but that doesn't, I mean, I'd love if he was. It would make this under even better. But Eric Bledsoe played 33 points in 33 minutes last game and barely scored, I think, 2 or 7 points. Don't remember. But he's hit this over in 1 of his last 8 games, and he scored 7 or less in 6 of those 8 games and 2 points or less in 3 of them. I've said enough. Prove me wrong, Eric Bledsoe. I'm taking his under 9.5 points, not thinking twice. Next one, Clint Capella, over 13.5 rebounds. I do know his line is at 14.5 at plus money. Don't hate that, but if you get it at 13.5, I like that number a lot. The Warriors are absolutely terrible, and they've been even worse against opposing centers, giving up 22 rebounds per game to opposing centers over their past 7 games. That includes 2 games against Jonas Valanciunas, a longtime fan of the channel. Again, that he gave up 15 and 16 boards to Valanciunas, 24 rebounds combined to Tony Bradley and Dwight Howard. And you look at Clint Capella, he's had 14 plus rebounds in 3 straight games and 8 of his last 9 games. You'll probably see him featured on the long shot parlay of the day, but he's a prop that you got to look out for tonight. I'm taking his over 13.5 rebounds, not thinking twice. We're moving back to the Boston Celtics. We're taking Kemba Walker, over 4.5 assists. Normally you'd think about Kemba Walker like that, but he does not pass. Similar to Michael Porter Jr. Side note, I'd consider Michael Porter Jr.'s under in assists tonight. I saw it was 1.5 on FanDuel. That buddy gets 1 or 0 in basically every game. He has a couple games where he lucks into 2 assists, but I'd take his under. It's like minus 200, but I still think that's a lock to throw into any parlay. But Kemba Walker, back on topic. We're going over 4.5 assists, minus 105, so not bad value. Walker has hit this number in 8 of his last 10 games, including last night or a Wednesday night against Milwaukee when he had 6 assists. He's averaging over 5 assists on the month, and Milwaukee has quietly allowed the 7th most assists per game to opposing point guards over the last 7 to 10 games. And, you know, they're averaging over 9 assists per game to the opposing point guards. We're taking Kemba Walker over 4.5. He's hit this number, as a Boston Celtic, he's hit this number in just 2 of the 4 games they've played against the Bucks. One of those games, it was in the bubble. He played about 15 minutes. The other one, he dropped 40 points. So, of course, he's not going to be passing it. I don't think either of those are going to happen tonight, either two scenarios. We'll play 30-plus minutes, especially with a limited, they got rid of Daniel Tice, so even less people on for the Celtics to even play. So we're taking Kemba Walker over 4.5 assists. And then my last player prop of the day before we get into some spreads, Ricky Rubio over 7.5 assists, plus 100, great value. And normally Ricky Rubio does not make this segment, does not make the video for an over, but he's been pretty good lately, as he's had 8+ assists in 6 of his past 9 games. And a matchup against this Houston Rockets team who just traded Victor Oladipo is about as good as it gets. They're giving up the 3rd most assists per game to opposing point guards over their past 15 games. And we've seen players like Kyle Lowry, DeLon Wright, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green in the same game, and Trae Young all go over this 8-assist number in just the past 6 games. I just listed 5 or 6 players that have hit 8+ assists. The only games that you don't see them give up 8+ assists to the opposing point guard is the games like the Houston or against the Charlotte Hornets, who have Terry Rozier, who's never passed the ball in his life. So we're taking this over 7.5 assists for Ricky Rubio, plus 100, great value. And Ricky Rubio, like he said, he's hit this number in 6 of his past 9 games, and he gets pretty close. He gets like 7 if he doesn't hit it. We're taking Ricky Rubio over 7.5 assists. Moving on into some spreads that I like. Suns, minus 4.5 versus Raptors. This is 2 teams that wronged a lot of people, I believe, on Wednesday, right before the trade deadline. You had the Raptors, who covered in the trap of the century by Vegas against the Nuggets, beating them by 25+ points. And then you had the Suns losing outright to the Orlando Magic. That is what we like to call NBA abnormality. That's just how it works. That's how the NBA works. And I'm taking the Suns minus 4.5 versus the Raptors. The Raptors are going to feel the pain of not having Norm Powell, who's one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA. And they're going to feel that on their second unit. I think the Suns are the much better team. Sure, they lost to the Orlando Magic, but whatever. You can't do much about that. I'm taking Suns minus 4.5 versus the Raptors. Moving on to the Magic, Orlando Magic. You could think, I might take the Blazers, but I'm taking the Magic's team total under. I don't know what the line is. I did not have one on FanDuel. I really don't care what the line is. It could be 80 points. It does not matter. I will take the Magic's team total under. They are starting arguably the worst starting lineup I have ever seen. And as an Orlando Magic fan, supporter, watcher, whatever you call, this game could get ugly and could get ugly fast. And it's not like we aren't used to that, but here's the lineup that they're starting. Michael Carter-Williams, Dwayne Bacon, James Ennis, Chuma Okeke, who's sort of showed bright spots, and then Kem Birch. There's absolutely no one on that lineup that can score points or even create their own shot. They're going to struggle to score points tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if the Blazers blew them out by 20+ points, but I'm taking the Magic's team total under as a passion play. I don't know what the line will be. Maybe in the 90s, maybe short 100s. It literally doesn't matter. I'm taking the under. Moving on. It does not matter. Moving on into one of my favorite teams before we get into the long shot parlay of the day and the parlay of the day. This is the best team in the NBA, and you can't say otherwise. It is the New Orleans Pelicans as home underdog favorites, home underdogs, Pelicans, best team in the NBA. They're 7-2 against the spread and 7-2 straight up as a home underdog. So not only are they covering, but they're winning outright. And tonight they find themselves +2 versus the Nuggets. This might be another passion play, so do what you want with it. Be sure to do your research on all of these picks, but the Pelicans +2 versus the Nuggets. The Nuggets obviously fell to the Raptors, and I did not see the Nuggets play an ounce of defense in that game. And, with or without Lonzo, this Pelicans team is playing much better. Brandon Ingram's lighting it up. I wouldn't blame him for taking his over tonight. You got Zion. Eric Bledsoe stinks, but they got Nickeil Alexander-Walker's playing pretty well. The bench, although they will be down JJ Redick and Nico Melli, which honestly that's probably addition by subtraction. No disrespect, but I'm rocking with the Pelicans +2 versus the Nuggets. My parlay of the day, this is what we got. Suns -4.5. I think the Hawks -5.5 is a pretty good bet. Then you got Blazers and Jazz money line. Add those 4 together, you got +406. Pretty good odds for all 4 teams. I should win and cover pretty easily. I just don't want to take the big spreads because I've been wronged by them in the past. Long shot parlay of the day. Clint Capella, double-double and a win. Rudy Gobert, double-double and a win. Devin Booker, 25+ points and a win. Wouldn't blame you for taking Devin Booker's over in points. I believe the Raptors are giving up a lot of points recently to opposing shooting guards. And then the Orlando Magic team total under, whatever that number is, that should be around +1,600 odds, combining all 4 of those together. Just as a recap before we end off this video, Pelicans +2, home underdog Pelicans, ride them into the ground. Just like Eric Bledsoe, under 9.5 points. Magic's team total under. I do not know what their team total point total is, but I'm still taking it under regardless of what it is. Suns minus 4.5 versus the Raptors. Ricky Rubio over 7.5 assists. Kemba Walker over 4.5 assists. Clint Capella over 13.5 rebounds. And then Jaylen Brown over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. If you made it this far, click that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys again for the happy birthdays. I'll be back tomorrow, daily video. Might be a little later, just like this one, but I will be back covering some player props and spreads that I like. Let's kill it today. Shout out to everyone in the Discord. You guys absolutely killed it last night. I saw a lot of winning tickets. The chat was completely blowing up. I don't know what was going on. I know a lot of people were trashing Kyle Kuzma, and my bad. I guess it's a gotta get mine kind of night. Not much you can do there, but we'll take it. We'll take a 4-2 night yesterday. Let's bounce back, do even more, do even better tonight. Good luck to everyone. Do all your research out there. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, at Calling Our Shot. Thanks again for all the support. Let's hit 1,700 subscribers today, maybe even 1,800. Go kill it. Love you guys. Peace.